Like this oleander bush, for instance, could do with a bit of attention. Funny how such a dangerous plant can have such delicate flowers, isn't it?
Well, it's only the sap that's poisonous.
Yes, yeah, when I was a kid, a friend of mine nearly died from it. His sister used the sap to make milk for a make-believe tea party. Won't be long, love. And no more goodbyes. See you soon.
Soon.
And unfortunately, a lot of the books have been ruined.
But why? It's such a senseless act.
Don't know. Unless something of value could have been hidden there and they were trying to find it.
Drugs.
Well, could be. Although I've seen no evidence of it.
Meg, have you noticed a sort of underlying tension during the last couple of days, or is it just my imagination?
No, it's there. But I think Mary Winters caused that.
Well, thank God Myra's back.
Well, I don't think it was meant to get your mates into trouble. I think this was meant to get Reno into trouble.
You're kidding.
I wish I was. I think the freak's gonna make a run for governor. We're gonna have to do something about that.
But we're going to need something a bit stronger than that if we're going to bring the walls down around the governor's ears.
Oh, yeah? Any ideas?
A solution. Wentworth is now going to have a full-scale riot. You reckon you can handle that, Winter?
No worries, Governor.
Hi. Need some company?
Well, I'm not going to be much fun at the moment.
Yeah, join the club. We've really laid it on you, haven't we? Expecting you to fight all our battles for us. This doesn't seem fair.
Them's the breaks, I guess. Myra will be back soon. We'll just have to hope that all hell doesn't break loose before then. And what's on your mind?
Me?
Yeah, something's bothering you. You want to talk about it?
Yeah, well, my dear agent, the Lavender Leech, came to see me today.
Oh.
Guess what? He's decided to blackmail me if I don't do what he wants.
Blackmail?
Yeah. Remember I told you about Howard and why I killed him? Mm-hmm. Well, that wasn't everything. When I first got started in the business, I needed some money, so I did a couple of pawn picks.
Oh, Lee.
Yeah, there were movies, actually, and it was years before I met Howard, but the trouble is he managed to get his hands on the films, and, well, when I told him I was going to leave him, he threatened to make them public. I did kill him, but I didn't ever get my hands on the movies.
And now Roland is blackmailing you.
Yeah, sure is. If I beat this murder charge, well, he'll have total control of my life while he has those movies. If I lose, I'll spend the rest of my life in here. He sells the films and makes a small fortune.
So what are you going to do?
Well, what I should have done in the first place. I'll break the story myself. Everything. From the pawn picks to the orgies Howard organized. Oh, I'm finished in the business anyway, Jude, but I swear I'm going to go out with a little dignity. And believe me, a few heads are going to roll right along with mine. If people get hurt, well, that's just too bad. They'll be the same people who've been hurting me for years.
And how are you going to do all this?
Well, I'm going to make a phone call to an old friend of yours and mine.
Camilla Wells. Yeah.
G'day. Thought I heard the television.
Turned it off. Nothing good on anyhow. He'd only roused on me.
Oh, what makes you say that?
Well, you went off your head this morning. Your bodies are all the bloody same.
Just watch your mouth, young man. Now, I had every right to be upset this morning. You're a child, Shane, and children do not stay out all night.
How would you know? You never had any kids. All me mates...
I don't care about your mates. Now, you undertook to live by my rules and you've broken them. Now, I don't like punishing you, Shane.
Go on, hit me then. I don't care.
You will lose half your pocket money for 4 weeks, and if there's any more nonsense, you'll get nothing.
You mean I'll old bag. Why don't you just send me to one of those places? Anything's better than here.
Sit down, Shane. I said sit down. All right, I may be a mean old bag sometimes. But we have to get to know each other, don't we? I don't want to spoil your fun.
No, you could have fooled me.
If I didn't care about you, I'd let you do anything. But, well, I worry about you because I don't want anything bad to happen to you. Makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, I suppose.
You know, I was pretty scared last night.
Yeah, well, I guess it was real dumb to stay out like that. Only, see, your dad never cared what I did. It's real strange being here.
It's pretty strange for me, too. But I'll give it a go if you will.
Well, if I'm good, do I get my pocket money back?
We'll see. Now, let's eat.
I could go down to the chip shop if you like.
You'll do no such thing. You're going to eat a properly balanced meal. And I'll cook something for you to heat up tomorrow night. Right? I've got to work late, and I don't want you eating takeaway rubbish.
Oh, come on. I can cook my own tea. I'm not a kid, you know.
No, of course not. Anyway, if I get my promotion, we can celebrate. New clothes for both of us, and you can take me out to dinner.
Hey, great. Only, I hope you like fish and chips.
Good evening, madam. I represent the Acme Faithful Companion Company. For a minimal outlay, a cup of coffee and a smile, I can be trained as a lifelong companion to vacuum the carpet, wash your dishes and scratch your back. Now, how about that?
You better come in.
Didn't like my sales pitch? Maybe you'd like a demonstration?
Look, Wally, it's been a long, hard day if you'd like a drink.
No, I prefer a smile.
I'm sorry, I seem to be right out of smiles today.
That bloody job getting you down again, is it? Look, I tell you what, now that Myra's back, why don't you take your break, give yourself a few days off?
You know Myra's back.
She's been on every newscast for the past 4 hours. Anybody who thinks she was public enemy #1.
But you know differently, right?
We both know differently, don't we?
Strange how she just dropped out of sight. Maybe someone helped her.
Maybe they did. What's that got to do with us?
Nothing, I hope. So tell me again how you heard about Myra on the news.
Oh, God. Who told you? Myra?
I heard your voice when she called me. How could you, Wally, after what we talked about at the fete?
I wasn't in on it then, I promise you. Look, she came to me needing help. Now try to understand that.
Oh, I do understand. I understand that I warned you, and you still just jumped in and aided an escape, and it could cost me my job.
Oh, it wasn't like that at all.
Oh, go away, Wally. I don't want to hear it.
Well, you're going to hear it. For God's sake, Anne, will you listen to me?
On the outside, everybody was always laughing. Geez, we had some good times. In here, but cripes, I just have to blow me nose and I'm in trouble.
It's not like you expected, dear, is it?
Nah. And I miss me folks, something awful. That's why I like talking to you, Edna, you and Harry. You're just like Mum and Dad.
Well, you can always come and talk to me, dear. I get homesick too, you know.
Ta, you're a nice lady. Oh, I'm sorry for whinging, but I've had a thumping headache all over.
Oh? Well, I can fix that, dear. Peppermint tea is very good for headaches. Calms your nerves, too.
You don't put peppermints in with your tea, do you?
It's made from peppermint leaves, dear. There. Now, you just try that.
Oh. Aren't you having some?
Later, when I go to bed, it helps me sleep.
Oh, Struth. Tastes more like sour grapes than peppermints. Still, Mum always said the worse it tastes, the more good it does you, eh?
And I'm not making excuses, Anne. That woman went through bloody hell with that kid. I don't know that I would have had that much courage.
You knew she'd escaped. I'm not talking about what's morally right. I'm talking about the law.
The law. We both know that the law's been proved to be an ass on more than one occasion. Look, come on. Are you telling me that you would have turned them away?
I don't know.
Yes, you do. You would have done exactly what I did.
It doesn't alter the fact that you're an accessory, Wally. If the police find out, you
Who's
would
going to tell them?
Well, I'm certainly not, if that's what you're getting at. But if they do find out and they ask me, Wally, I can't lie.
I wouldn't ask you to, love. You'll do what you have to. Just as I did what I had to do. I can't change. I am what I am.
I know. I can't change either. Sometimes I wish I could, then maybe we wouldn't cross swords so often.
Well, it's not so bad, you know, I mean... Oh, I know, okay, sometimes we go about things differently. We care too much about each other just
Don't, Wally, please. It can't work. We both know that.
Won't you even give us a chance?
I don't think we ever really had a chance.
2 bloody hours to clean up that mess. When I get my hands on whoever did it, I'm going to smash their heads in.
Oh, what are you complaining about? Your Walkman's okay, isn't it?
Yeah, wouldn't want to be in their shoes if they'd buggered that up.
Oh, God.
Oh, knock it off, Mal. I'm not in the mood, right?
Thanks heaps.
You're not bunging it on?
No way.
Well, maybe I better get a screw.
No, don't worry. I'll be right.
But it could be your appendix.
Be a ghost come to haunt me. I had it out when I was 12. No, this is me migraine.
You're supposed to get that in your head.
You can get it in your stomach too. I've had it before, and this time it's worse. Well, that's better. At least if I throw up, I won't be able to see it.
Sure you're okay?
If I was any better, I'd be dangerous. I'm right. I think my stomach died and I forgot to bury it, that's all.
Hey, Jude, do you reckon it's true that Myra's back?
Yeah, Ruth took her tray up to her. Winter's in for a big surprise, isn't she?
Well, I was really crook at first, but then the peppermint tea started to work and I chucked up and I felt much better.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling fine now, dear.
Ta.
Sorry, I made someone move the clipboard.
Oh, I think that might have been me, sorry.
Oh, no harm done.
Mrs. Morris, excuse me, could I make a phone call?
No, one. You had one yesterday.
Oh, please, it's terribly important.
All right, I'll see what I can do. Now, if anyone's interested in where they're working today...
I fancy myself as an air hostess, actually.
Oh, yeah, that'd be right. Then Bryant could be the jumbo jet.
That's enough from all of you. Right, now laundry. Pearson, Keane, Bryant...
Mrs. Morris, do you mind if I don't work in the laundry today? How about the kitchen?
And I suppose you wouldn't mind if Mrs. O'Regan put you on trade duty, would you?
No, that'd be okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not going to change the rosters. You'll have enough time to see Desmond when she comes out of the pound.
Well, could I have a word with Mrs. Reynolds?
I'll see what I can do. Now, can we get on with this?
Maybe we should just cancel the day due to lack of interest, Mrs. We won't tell them you don't.
Good idea.
Well, if they get away with it this time, God knows what they'll try next. We'll have total anarchy.
I'm not a fool, Miss Ferguson, whatever you might think. I can read those women pretty well, and they were obviously as shocked as we were by the destruction.
Yes, my guess is that Winter and her cronies set the whole thing up. I mean, they don't need an excuse to look for trouble.
I agree, but obviously Miss Ferguson doesn't see things that way.
Well, we're all entitled to our opinion, Governor. However, I would like to go on record as recommending strong retribution. I say let's stop any trouble now before it gets out of hand and we're all in danger.
Oh, that's a bit thick, isn't it? I mean, we can't punish everyone just in case there's more trouble.
Exactly. Yes, we should keep our eyes and ears open for any danger signs, but there's no point in looking for problems where they don't exist.
Depends how hard you look. But then not all of us have a vested interest.
Meaning?
Meaning that you would probably prefer the department to think that everything was under control.
Everything is under control. I know you'd like to see open warfare here, but if you're waiting for me to crack under the pressure and blow this job completely, you're going to need a hell of a lot of patience.
And that, Governor, is one of my stronger points.
It's not fair. I don't see why I should have to pay for it when I didn't even do it.
must be more democratic ways of doing things.
Maybe whoever did it didn't mean to do it. I mean, maybe it was an accident.
Oh, yeah, and pigs might fly too, bunny brain.
I'm just saying it might be.
Oh, well, you'd know, wouldn't you? I mean, guess who wasn't even around when it all happened?
Why don't you leave the kid alone, Maury?
Oh, she has to get you to fight her battles for her, does she?
I'm not scared. How can you say that when you're the one that...
Look, just rack off. Go on. Run, rabbit, run.
Oh, leave the girl alone. She hasn't been feeling well.
Look, just butt out, will you?
You butt out. Now, I've just about had enough of you.
Oh, yeah? Well, I haven't even started yet, Brian.
Well, watch it.
Leave her alone, you bitch.
Cut it out, you lunatic.
I'm allergic. It's because you made me when you're running.
Mother, for God's
You killed my kids, you bitch.
Mrs. Morris, good morning.
Come on, what's all the yelling about?
Sounded off, Mrs. Morris. It was a joke.
Yeah, we was just clowning about. Well, I suppose we'd better get back to work, eh?
Good idea, Winter. Judy, Mrs. Reynolds wants to see you. The rest of you, back to work.
I better get going.
Yeah. Go on, Rabbit. Hop to it.
Bobby, are you feeling all right?
Yeah, just great.
We're going to have to watch Blubberguts Bryant when Desmond gets back. I'm not having anyone screw up my plans. Especially not them two.
The women had nothing to do with yesterday, and you know it. It wasn't aimed to make us look bad. It was aimed at you.
What are you saying?
I am saying that someone went to a lot of trouble to make you look bad, Mrs. Reynolds.
Someone's trying to push me out, is that it?
I don't know. I'm just telling you to watch your back.
Well, thanks, Judy. At least I know where I stand.
I want to help, Mrs. Reynolds. I know Mara wants to help, too.
So you think there could be more trouble?
I'm sure of it. I mean, I don't know when it's going to come, tomorrow, next week, whenever, but it's coming.
And I'll just have to meet it head on.
All I'm saying is that I'd certainly find it easier to work around here if people at least tried to get along.
Oh, yeah, but you should know, Edna. I mean, one man's meat's another man's poison, eh?
Winter, out. Some cleaning up to be done. Unless, of course, someone else would like to volunteer.
So who are we cleaning up, eh? The governor?
Keep your voice down. This is no joke. I am deadly serious, and you'd better be too.
Fair enough. So what's happening?
We'll go tonight as planned. When the second shift comes on at tea time. I'm on a split shift, but I'll be back by then.
What about the screws? Did you get the stuff?
I'll get it in my break. You sure it's going to work?
I told you, they'll sleep like babies. It's going to cost you, though.
Payoff will be worth it. Now, you've got to find someone to take the buck. I don't want it traced back to me.
Don't worry. I've got the perfect fall guy. Let's just get the ground rules straight.
There's only one. I don't care how heavy it gets. It just better be good.
Don't worry. After tonight, Reno will be lucky to get a job licking stamps.
Oh, Miss Ferguson, I thought you'd gone. There was a telephone call for you, some primary school. I took the message.
Well, since the call was obviously personal, don't you think the least reception could have done would be to page me?
They did try, but the PA is not working at the moment. We've got someone fixing it now.
Oh, that blasted thing never works when you want it to.
Yeah. Convenient, isn't it?
Believe me, Miss Ferguson, I am not the slightest bit interested in your private calls. If you are interested, the headmaster rang to ask if Shane Monroe would be attending the school. Apparently, they haven't seen him since you enrolled him.
Oh, don't tell me you're holding out on us.
For your information, he's my nephew.
Oh, how lovely. And he's staying with you for how long?
I think that's my business, don't you?
Oh, dear.
So I want Alice, Lou and Fran, and no excuses from any of them. We're going to do this right.
You still haven't told me what.
Been saving it up as a surprise for you. There's nothing much on the telly tonight, so we're going to have ourselves a riot.
Riot?
Yeah, well, what's the problem? I mean, the screws aren't going to be in any shape to give us any trouble, so why the face? You look like you've been sucking lemons.
Oh, nothing. Bit quick, isn't it? Don't we have to plan it, work it all out?
You're not going soft on me, are you? Listen, lady, if you want a piece of the action, you're going to have to get your hands dirty now and then. You follow me?
Look, I've already told you I'm not interested in the heavy stuff. I got my own problems.
Oh, what's the matter? Did Mummy tell you to be a good little girl or Daddy will cut you out of his will?
Don't you bring my folks into this. Not ever.
Touch a raw nerve, did I? Listen, sweetheart. You're in whether you like it or not. Nobody gives me the big A. Nobody.
Well, well.
Auntie Joan. Jeez. Didn't expect to see you home so early.
Could well say the same about you, mate. School out early, eh?
No. I mean, yeah. See, we had half a holiday on account of Fungus Lip's birthday.
Fungus Lips?
I mean, Mr. Frampton. Remember? You met him.
You're a liar, Shane. You haven't been to school for 2 days.
Oh, it's a pit. They don't teach you nothing.
Obviously not English. Now, where the hell have you been?
Down the Pennies mostly, with me mates.
Well, that settles it. Obviously, these mates are a bad influence, so you won't be seeing them again, and that is an order. Do you understand?
You mean rotten biscuit? I'm getting out of here, and I'm never coming back. Never. Come on, Nicky.
I'm so glad you're available for comment. Perhaps you'd give us the courtesy of an explanation. Well, do you realise the trouble you've caused?
Of course. Otherwise, I wouldn't have made that phone call.
That is exactly what I'm referring to. You've abused privileges for your own selfish ends. How do you think the other women are going to react now that I'm forced to tighten security?
I'm sorry to have caused you so much trouble, Mrs. Reynolds, but I really had to do what I believe in. Maybe I've saved some other kid from making the same mistakes.
Yes, I understand your motives, but why didn't you come to see me first? Surely you must have realised there'd be repercussions when you exposed the minister.
Yes, but I wanted the whole story to come out. Burnett, Roland, and especially the minister and his little dealings with me. So you see, I couldn't risk that story being censored in any way.
I don't need to tell you that phone calls and visitors will be tightly regulated from now on, then, do I?
That's a very small price for self-respect. Wouldn't you say?
Oh, God, not you again.
Just a minute, Mr. Munro.
If you've got something to say, bloody say it. Don't stand out here catching.
I need to know the names of Shane's friends or where he might be.
That all? Well, you came to the right place, didn't you? Rotten little sod climbed through the back window to rip me off. He won't do that again in a hurry.
I want to see him, Mr. Munro.
You can have him as far as I'm concerned. Only it'll cost.
I see. And tell me, Mr. Munro, just what price do you put on your son?
Don't much matter, does it? Except to you by the sound of it. No money, no kid, lady.
Right. There is your blood money.
Hey, Shane, get your bum out of here. He looks a bit rough, but don't worry. He's always falling over. Clumsiest kid I ever seen.
Hi, Auntie Jo.
And Shane, let's go home.
Bloody little poofter.
We'll go home, mate, and maybe we'll get some chips on the way, eh?
Great. Only, I wish you didn't have to go to work today.
Sorry, mate. This is one day I can't miss.
And if Harry hadn't believed in me and stuck by me, I don't know what I would have done, Mrs. Barry, especially in here.
The women haven't been giving you a hard time, have they?
Oh, gracious, no. They do tend to go over the top at times, don't they? I'm afraid I'm not the vindictive type.
Right. Well, there we are. Now, I think we'll just need a couple of packets of detergent. Save us another trip before the end of the week.
Good thinking. Though young Marlene does tend to put too much powder in the machine at times. Still might need another visit. No.
Now, look, they're just up there on the right.
Oh, yes. Oh, how clumsy of me.
You want me to give you a hand?
No, Mrs. Barry. It's all right. I feel I can manage quite well. There.
meet this Harry Edna. He sounds like a really beautiful...
Not too much powder, dear. Mrs. Barry was quite cross that we'd run out.
Okie dokie.
What are you doing anyway, Bunny Brain? You'll never get that lot washed in the dryer before the bell goes.
Why don't you lay off, Maury?
They forgot to ring the bell, that's what they've done, and me feet are killing me. Those concrete floors play havoc with me varicose veins.
All right, dingbat, where are the staff room tea towels?
In the skip.
All there in the skip. You've forgotten them again, haven't you? I think your brain must be crumbling. You're going senile, aren't you?
You keep your incinerations to yourself. Work like a dog I do, and I'm telling you they're there.
And I'm telling you to go and get them, now.
But me feet, if I walk up them corridors again, I won't be able to stand up.
And if you don't, you won't be able to sit down because you'll get me boot up your bum. Now move it!
Disgrace, that's what it is.
All right, show's over. What are you staring at?
Yeah, it's a weird feeling, almost like waiting for a time bomb to go off.
You don't think there'll be any trouble, do you?
Hard to say. Could go on like this for weeks. You can feel the tension mounting and keep expecting something to happen.
No, I felt that in Borstal. Some of those lads would be walking a tightrope. And it only needs one great gormless apelet and everyone's over the edge.
Keep an eye on Mitchell. She's pretty strung out. She had a go at Keane, threatened to kill her.
Oh, you don't think she meant it?
Why not? She's a delinquent. With her, anything's possible.
I think she was just letting off steam, but watch your step.
Well, since the governor won't allow us any extra security after yesterday's fiasco, we don't have much choice, do we?
Sorry to be a disturbance, but I forgot the tea towels.
Dot, you collected the tea towels over an hour ago. These are the clean ones.
And she told me I was going sterile. I knew I already had them.
Oh, Farah, look, while you're here, just clean that up, will you?
Well, I'll be off. I'll see you in the morning.
Good night. Right, well, that's my lot, or my arms will drop off.
Well, that's our adult, armless.
Oh, God. Don't give up your day job.
Hey, what about Lee Templar, then? According to Meg, she really stood up to Mrs. Reynolds over that story.
What story?
You mean you haven't read a newspaper? She came right out and told the press how she got started in stag films. And then it turns out she's having it off with the minister. Our minister.
Well, she's got guts, I say that for her. I'd never have thought it myself.
Oh, this place is full of surprises.
How are you feeling, dear?
Oh, just having a quick wash-up before tea. Could go a bit of tucker, too. Not like this morning. Geez, I was crook.
Well, I've brought you something in to help settle your tummy. Harry brought it in for me. He made it himself. And he's such a sweet man, I'm sure he wouldn't mind if I gave it to you.
Barley water. Just like the tennis players use, eh? Oh, well, I couldn't, Edna. It's yours.
Oh, no, dear, believe me. I really want you to have it.
Oh.
Oh, and I thought, well, seeing as how you said nothing about him, that hot date of yours, well, nothing ventured, nothing gained, so what do you think?
Geez, I wish you Poms had learned to speak English. You asking me for a date?
Yeah.
Could have fooled me. Anyhow, yes.
You will? Oh, well, that's splendid. But how about tomorrow night?
Beauty, mate. I figure as long as we're going to be working together, we might as well be mates.
Mates?
Pals? Buddies? Chums by whom?
Oh, no, right, mates.
Hello? God, I'll be glad to get out of here. I've had the department on my back the whole afternoon.
Would you like a cuppa before you go? Nothing like a good strong brew to put you back on your feet.
Only watch him. He rips open the tea bags, pours the tea leaves into the cup. Reminds him of home.
Hey, cheeky. Do you want one?
No, thanks. I'm supposed to be in reception.
I don't envy you at all. See you on the way out, Heather.
Okay, Mrs. Reynolds.
Now, how about that cuppa?
How do you like it?
Weak black with none. Tea leaves, that is.
Right, coming up.
Are you sure that was meant to be meat?
Oh, how can you tell? I reckon they brought back capital punishment. They haven't told us.
See, if we could have little stoves in ourselves, we'd cook our own meals and even have little parties and everything.
I don't think so, Warren.
Why don't you ask your mate Reno?
Yeah, I reckon she can do it with a good laugh.
This place is the pits. Who wants the game?
I will. I'll give you 3 balls start and take the wonky cue.
She wears me out.
Well, at least she's a cure for all the boredom around here.
Yeah, but the trick is to survive the cure.
Yeah, well, then what? I mean, where do we go from there?
You just follow my lead. First we take care of the freak,
Then we pull out all the stops.
You sure it's okay?
Don't worry, everything's fixed.
All I'm saying is it makes much more sense to put you and me in the kitchen because you're going to teach cooking and I'm a real terror with a lamb chop.
I don't know, Don. I've got a feeling Mrs. O likes her menu just the way it is.
All right, tell her, you thieving bitch. Give me back me fags. Get stuck.
Winter, they're mine and I'm keeping them.
Oh, yeah, you want to bet? Oh. Here we go. That's enough. Break it up. I said break it up. Keep out of this, you freak.
I'm warning you, Winter.
Save your breath. Grab her, Alice. What's going on? What does it look like we're taking over?
Are you crazy? We're going to tear this place apart.
That's right. We're going to have ourselves a little riot.
Guess who we got as hostage?
Now, just a minute. Shut up, Bryant. Either stick with us or keep out of our way.
Oh, you won't get away with this, Winter.
You want to bet? Let's go. Come on. Not you two, huh?
Oh, come on, Jude. Mary's a bitch, but everyone hates a freak. We're not missing out.
We'll just get blamed anyway.
Yeah, come on, mate. I can't believe it. Not Bobby and Marlene as well.
Yeah, well, they're bored, the silly little fools. Dot, not you two.
I'm too old for all this nonsense. I'm going to my cell and I'm staying there. And the rest of us should do the same.
Judy, what about Lee? She doesn't know what's happening. She'll be all right. I'll handle that. Judy, I'm scared. So am I.
All right, you lot, I've got a team. Start smashing up the everything. What about the freak? Oh, I got plans for her. Get her into my cell. Go on. You pay for this. Come on. Princess.
Are you mad? For God's sake, stop it!
Listen, we're all in this together, so you better get off your fence.
Look, you're buying trouble for all of us. Don't be stupid.
Get stuck.
Hello, Dad? Yeah. No, I'm sorry she's not in her office. Oh, no, that's okay. She's got to be here somewhere. I mean, there's only one way out unless you want to go over the wall. Oh, no. It was just a bit of prison humour. I'll put you on hold again.
Until someone gets hurt or someone gets killed. I'm sorry.
It's so fast, Judy. I don't know what's happening. She hit me and...
Okay, you're going to have to calm yourself down. Those women can smell fear.
My face.
Yes, love. You're going to need stitches.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Can't we get into the hospital? Maybe one of the officers...
Well, where are the officers going to come from? If there were any officers around here, they'd be down on us like a rash. Mari's got the freak. The others are all out of action.
Who's going to look after us?
No one's going to look after us. It's every man for himself now. What's that smell? Oh, my God.
We don't want nobody asking questions, do we? I mean, it wouldn't do for me to look like it was just coming from the dry cleaners.
Winter, you're going too far.
How far's too far when you're aiming for the top? We're partners, remember? I'm just looking after you, making sure you ain't getting in no trouble.
Mrs. Reynolds, please contact reception.
How come she's still going? You said you were going to take care of the screws.
I did. She should be out like the rest of them.
Well, looks like you fouled up. I'm going to have to take care of her as well. Ah! Just think of it as medicinal. All right, girl, she's all yours.
Yeah? Early Chrissy Prizzy, eh?
Yeah. Make sure you mess her up real good.
Dennis! Mrs. Reynolds? Mrs. Reynolds? Can you sit up? Please?
thing, Meg. Morris. Come on, Rogers.
Answer the phone. Meg? It's me, Heather.
We're throwing a riot, Miss Rogers. You want to come?
Who cares? Look the file! Yeah, look at this! Alan wants a piece of paper like even...
Hey, they must have paid their bill. It's dead.
Do what you're told and you won't get hurt. At least not for a while, anyway. You're gonna kill me? Is that what you're gonna do?
Isn't the freak? No, we just rearranged a bit, made a few improvements.
Why don't you stop before someone really gets hurt? Come in!
Oh, who's going to stop us? You all by yourself? You're a laughing minute, you know that? Oh! Yeah, hilarious.
Edna! Are you alone? God, Edna, are you okay? Oh, I think so. I'm afraid I panicked. I wanted to get away from it all. I'm sorry. Don't be sorry. Let's get this out of here. For God's sake. Oh, sorry. You did the right thing. Is there anything I can do? Where would we start? Listen, have you seen Rachel? She was helping me patch up Lee, and suddenly a bunch of hoons run through the place like Cyclone Tracy, and I lost her. I haven't seen anyone. I just hid behind the door. Is Lee all right? No, she needs a doctor. I've left her in a cell. I think she's in shock. Look, you stay here. I mean, they've made so much damage, they're not going to come back, are they? You'll be safe here. Where are you going? I'm going to try and stop it. I don't know how, but I've got to.
One more step and I'll pulverize you.
Come on, don't join the party. We're wrecking the joint.
Yeah!
Like a delinquent, that's what you are when you're not coming in here.
Come on, it's just a bit of fun.
I mean it, my girl. It might be fun to you, but I've seen it all before. A pack of thoughtless ratbags, the lot of you. This is my home. You youngsters will be out of here in next to no time, but this is all I've got. And I promise you that I'll wrap this round the first person that touches anything.
I'm sorry, Doc. We just thought if we didn't come in here, somebody else will.
And I get the same as I promised you.
Come on.
I lost Rogers. Have you seen
No, I can't see a thing. Listen, we better find her. She gets her
She won't. There's about 20 of us between her and the main door. I'll take care of her. You and me got bigger fish to fry. Come on. Where are we going? You'll never learn, will you? Don't ask questions. Just do it.
Rachel! Oh, God. I thought I'd lost you. Are you okay? I tried to help a couple of women who didn't want to be helped. Yeah, of course they don't want to be helped. They don't know what they're doing. Look, we got to get out of here. My eyes are killing me. I think I'm suffocating. Mattresses, the poisonous fumes. Oh, God, that's all we need. Look, we'll get as many of them as we can, okay? We'll put them in the loading bay. Have you seen any screws? No. Huh? No? Marlene! What do you mean? Have I seen Marlene? If I see Marlene, I'll give her what... Like I should have done to you.
What have I done?
What have you done? What do you mean, what have you done? Are you proud of yourself? Now you take a look around you and you see the havoc you've caused. What are you going to feel like tomorrow when they sweep up the dead bodies?
Leave me alone, Jude. Don't hassle me. It's just for fun.
Get out, Bobby!
What the hell are we coming up here for? Desmond's the only one here.
I know that. I wouldn't be wasting my time otherwise, would I?
If you're going to let her out, she won't be much bloody help to us.
Oh, no way. But after tonight, she won't be much of a problem either. Let's go.
Hey, you're going to kill her. You haven't even met her.
I don't have to. I've heard the way they talk about her. Those women talk about her like she was some kind of bold, bloody hawk or something.
I'm not going to have her cramping my style. So they're going to find her body in the morning. And no one's going to know who did it, are they?
You've got to be joking.
I'm not laughing, am I? We've got this place sewn up. I'm not going to have her cramping my style.
Yeah, well, I told you, Winter. No violence. You should have believed me.
You go, bitch. You don't hear too good, do you, Kim? No one runs out on me.
Yeah, well, I don't kill people, Mary. Let me out.
No one's out until I say so. You stupid, gutless wonder. You want it out? All right, you're out.
Brian, why did you shut your face? It's poisonous! I'm not dead! What's happening? That's the riot alarm! Oh, thank God! I just don't think I can make it.
Don't worry.
Who sounded the alarm?
I did.
Rabbit?
Reb. Come on, Reb. Stop mucking around. It was only meant to be for fun. Reb. Please don't be dead. Bobby! What have you done? Nothing. I just found her like... Wasn't me. Wasn't.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside the roses grow, they don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too when morning comes around.